Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to The Past Made Me Do It.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Kylie.
And today
Is the day.
it is.
Today's the day.
Oh my god.
It's
been a long week.
That was a sentence.
It has been a very long week. I am exhausted.
Me too. Very much so. Very tired, but I do have a fun topic today that, like, again, I say fun lightly because there's a lot of stuff that's messed up about it, but it's like kind of LOLs, you know? It's like you'll laugh, but you'll want to cry too at the same time.
Oh my god.
Maybe you won't want to cry. It's not that crazy, but yeah, it's not that crazy. So anyway, we talked about war last week, but this week there's no death. So that's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, before we talk about our topic, I forgot to ask you last week what your New Year's resolution was, as mine was pushing a baby out.
I have my work resolutions.
Nice.
To be better for certain aspects of it. But I think one of them is I have my book, how many books I want to read this year.
Uh-huh.
I put 50,
Okay.
which I think I can easily do.
Yeah.
Last year I did 100, which
Damn.
I kind of fell off the edge towards the end because I just got busy because I had a baby.
That's still impressive.
Yeah.
I read like 25 and I was so impressed. That's the most I've read ever. So this year I'll read more too.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing right now a reading program.
Oh.
And I get a free mug when I complete
For the
it.
library?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun.
When you do it too, once you get to like the end, you get a free coupon for a free crumble cookie.
That doesn't sound worth it to me, but okay.
I don't really
is a
like
cookie.
Well, no, you get like a mug. Well, you don't have to like order and you don't pay anything for it. It's free.
That's true.
You
Just
just
fun,
read
for fun.
and log. Yeah.
Wow,
So,
I don't read that much, but maybe one day.
I love reading. I walk on my lunch because we have a treadmill or like we have a gym downstairs at my work. So I walk on my lunch. Mm-hmm. So I read during then.
Okay.
And then I read at night.
Nice.
So I'm a bookworm.
I love an audiobook. I do like to read, but like I fall asleep. So audiobooks are like where it's at for me.
Oh, dude, I can't. My mind wanders.
See, I focus better than when I'm reading pages. So I still read books, but like
Mm-hmm.
I prefer audiobooks, unfortunately. But like, I don't know. It's the experience. You get to hear the people talking, and my brain has always worked better that way. Like I used to read books out loud so I could be all the characters with different voices, because that was the only way my brain comprehended things. So my teachers were like, can you not read out loud? I was like, oh man,
Please don't.
I was like, okay, sorry. Anyway, that's a good resolution though. All right, let's talk about what's been happening.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's been happening?
Down.
I was going to do an episode on like a 2025 recap thing. But I decided, well, we didn't record for a couple weeks, and at this point it's like, who cares about 2025, you know? But anyway, I just found some news of dictionary.com's word of the year.
What was it?
You want to guess?
Oh my god, I swear to God, if it's 6-7, I'm gonna lose my shit.
It's 6-7.
God damn it.
They go, this is the first time in history where we cannot give a definition.
What is it?
So I looked it up. And it says a viral slang term. So let's see the full definition here. 6-7. I feel so old right now looking this up. Hold on. Why is it not working?
Do you know how long it took me to understand what no cap means?
I still don't really know. Doesn't it mean like I'm serious?
Yeah,
Like, for
it's
real?
like, yeah, it's like no shit.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, so 6-7 definition. Slang. And then it says used to indicate swagger, insider status, in internet and youth culture. Like, they don't even know how to define it, because
Who started this?
I think it was like some guy on YouTube or something, TikTok, I don't know.
Ugh, I hate
Some
social
guy.
media.
Some guy was like 6'7", and everybody's like, oh. I've heard people say it means like average, but then when they do it, they're just doing it for no reason. So I'm like, does it have a definition? I guess not. But that's dictionary.com's word of the year.
Seriously,
That's not a word, guys. Not
that's
a word.
a number.
Yeah.
I am so disappointed in humanity.
The word of
because
the year
this.
this year will just be like a sound. You're like, pow. I mean, that's a word.
English, I am disappointed.
Me too.
Come on, we could do better than that. At least our slang made sense back in the day.
Yeah, like fresh. Looking fresh.
Oh, God. What was the...
Swag.
Oh, God. What was the big one in high school?
Well, swag was big.
Swag? What? Oh, God. What was it called? It's going to eat at me until I find it.
Well, I know like Slay was really popular with us.
Yeah.
And then it came back.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, it was like really popular like last year.
Oh, I thought it was always
2 years
just
ago.
like big.
Maybe it's always been big. But...
Then hashtag was always big.
Yeah, what was ours?
Oh, my God. I'm going to have to look it up because it's going to annoy me unless I find
The
it.
biggest slang term of 2012.
YOLO.
Oh, my God. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. It scared me.
Hold on, I gotta figure out how to turn this off. It's gonna be loud. I just turned a lightsaber on. How did I do that with my foot? I'm a Jedi.
Irma Gerd was one.
Oh my god.
Really?
All of ours were just like XD.
Bay.
The faces.
Yeah.
Oh, Bay.
There's one that I remember, and I cannot remember what it was, and it's gonna eat at me.
We did a number in middle school, 143.
I don't remember that.
It means like I love you because it's like I is one letter.
Oh.
But then like I guess Katy Perry made it like her brand. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I was confused by that. RAR. You say RAR a lot?
Oh, I did a lot.
Yeah, RAR XD.
Oh, yeah, because I'm
Emo.
elder emo.
Elder emo.
Is that what they call me now?
If you were growing up in this time and going through that phase, you would be very into like K-pop and all that.
K-pop.
Like the whole Korean world, you'd be like deep in.
Yeah. Emos and goths are making a return.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more lately. And I'm like, my kind is making a comeback.
You're like, I remember when I was one of you.
Be like, oh, I remember those days. The Fringe.
Do you think like Hollister and Aeropostale tops will come back?
They have.
No way.
Yeah. I'm telling you, they have.
Oh, that's my brand right there.
Have you not walked into an Aeropostale or Hollister lately?
I don't go to the mall. I don't want to get killed.
Dude, you have to.
Why?
You will walk in and be like, it is 2015 again.
Like they're doing the same thing.
Yeah. It's making a full circle.
Yeah, because for a while Aeropostale changed to where like they stopped showing their logo on everything.
Really? Oh,
so
yeah.
they
It's
just had,
making
like,
a full...
basic tees.
Yeah, they're making a full circle.
Damn.
Everything's coming back. It's
I
like...
haven't seen anyone wearing them.
I mean, looking at teenagers now, I think they
Cargo
all...
pants.
Oh, my God. The wide leg. It's full circle.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, 6'7". That's how we got here.
Oh, and my topic is actually pretty good. Almost on par with that. Yeah. So Australia removes 4.7 million kids from social media platforms in the first month of historic ban.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I guess they put like a ban of social media for kids under 16.
Good.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be on it.
Deactivate users from Snapchat and TikTok and Instagram and probably Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how they necessarily do that, but they probably have some like algorithm.
Because, yeah, your phone knows how old you are because when you buy a phone, like it knows your personal information.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if they know your age, they're not going to let you.
Probably interest and stuff like that. And I mean, they probably like do face scans and shit like that.
That's
so.
really good because like a lot of parents aren't aware or they just don't care. I don't know, but they just act like social media is not dangerous. And
I feel like Australians have more interest than, I don't know.
Yeah, I think because in Australia, you're also not allowed to like family vlog and stuff. You know how like that's been a thing that's like,
yeah, people
are trying to fight here.
Yeah.
Because Utah has like all the family vloggers and stuff.
Yeah, because I think they have to. Well, Utah is just something else. They.
Yeah.
My sister had made me watch those Mormon housewives. Yeah, the Mom Talk.
I love that. I love that show. Oh. They're a hot mess. That's why I like it, because it makes you feel better about yourself. I think that's why people watch reality TV.
True. I can't watch trash TV because it just drives me insane.
I can't watch the dating shows. Yeah. I'm like, come on, you just met. Like, stop. Oh, I just love you so much. No, you don't. But I like the ones where they're just like dramatic over nothing.
Right.
It's like, come on, relax. I eat that shit up.
Well, yeah, because sometimes you just need like mindless TV.
Yeah,
just to get on with your day.
Escape your reality and.
Well, yeah, because then you just think back and you're like, my life is just so much better than that.
Right. Yeah, because it's like I'm always like, oh, it'd be nice to be rich and like not have to work and stuff. And then you watch those shows and it's like, oh, or like
terrible.
The same thing happened with White Lotus.
Yeah.
Like you're like jealous that they get to go on these vacations, but then you're watching it and you're like, damn, rich people got some problems.
Right.
So,
I mean, half the time they have drug issues, so it's like,
yeah,
at least I don't have that.
Anyway, so that's what's been happening. So, like I said, today we will not have death, but we will have some situations that almost lead to death, okay?
Dramatic.
But our story actually takes place in America and just 10 years before yours did.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we're going to 1904. We are going to be talking about the most chaotic Olympic Games in history.
Ooh.
The 1904 Olympics.
Yes.
Have you heard anything about these? They're wild.
Maybe.
I hadn't, but there's some crazy stuff. So, I got my sources from usopm.org. The Olympics.com website had a whole thing about it. It's a very like legendary Olympic Games because they learned a lot from their mistakes, but it was also the first time that America hosted. So that's kind of, yeah. And stlsports.org, which is St. Louis. So there you go. That's where it's located.
That's crazy.
And then there was a YouTube video that this guy made. He was really interesting. It's called Pretty Good. And he does like a lot of like visual representation. So he made like a whole board game of the Olympic Games, and then he like walked through like what happened. He used like toy soldiers as the athletes and stuff.
That's amazing.
It was really fascinating. So shout out to him. I just like get interested in topics by watching a video, and then I'll do like more research based off of like questions I have and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of how I did it. But yeah, they're the worst Olympic Games in history and America's first time hosting. So let's jump on in.
Of course it would be with America.
Exactly. Yeah, and it is chaotic. Like there's some shit in here that I was like, there's no way that's true. And I had to like make sure it was real. Whew. Okay. So the Olympic Games started in 776 BC in ancient Olympia, Greece. Okay. If you want like the background, I'm not really going to talk about that much today. That's pretty much it. Because like you might be like, when was the first official Olympics? Well, they obviously did them way back when in Greece, of course.
Of course.
But the more like modern Olympics was started in 1896. So that was like the first one. And that one was in Athens, Greece. And at this point they didn't have Winter Olympics. So it was just kind of like, it was a little bit different where they would do like 4 to 5 months of the Olympics every 4 years. So that's basically what was happening here. So then 4 years later, the 1900 Olympics were in Paris.
Paris.
Yeah. And the reason why they chose the 4-year thing, if you don't know, the Olympiad, which is the 4 years. And they've been held every 4 years for nearly 12 centuries now. But the Winter Olympics didn't start until 1924 in France. So that's when they were like, maybe we should just do two separate.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not so long. Which is smart. The winter games are very different than the summer ones.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. So the official name was Games of the Olympiad, and it was held in St. Louis, Missouri. And it lasted nearly 5 months.
Ugh.
July 1st to November 23rd, 1904.
That's so long.
Yeah. So most of the main competitions were between August 29th and September 3rd. So like that was like the big events that people wanted to see, or like the new things that they introduced, which I'll talk about at the end, like the different events that they had. But that's kind of when like the more important things were. But it was just, they were not prepared. Nobody wanted to come. Yeah. But what caused so much chaos? Well, there's a lot of things. But for one, it took place in the same place and time as the World's Fair, which was also in St. Louis.
What the hell were they thinking? Did they not prep for that? Don't they have to bid on that?
We'll talk about it. So there was fraud, rat poison, raw eggs, feral dogs, liquor, thievery, and 3 separate incidents of near death.
Holy shit.
At the Olympics.
Damn.
So the 1904 Olympics were originally going to be in Chicago. They were planning to do it in Chicago. Obviously, it's a bigger city. They're like, okay, this will be the perfect place. The World's Fair was actually scheduled for 1903 because they were celebrating the 100-year anniversary of the Louisiana Purchase. So.
What?
I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's going to make me mad. But this event was basically celebrating racism and kicking out like Native Americans and stuff.
Yeah.
Making fun of them. That was the World's Fair at this time. But they couldn't put it together in time. So instead of doing it in 1903, they pushed it to 1904.
Of course they did.
Now, there was a lot of competition between like both events because people were like, how are you going to have these 2 giant events going on at the same time? And they were like, you know what would be better if we just move it to St. Louis? Like if St. Louis just does the Olympics too. How?
Who thought that was a great idea?
I genuinely don't know. I was like, the math is not mathing.
There's so many better areas for them to have a World Fair and the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what about New York?
But they wanted to, since it was the Louisiana Purchase, they're like, we have to keep it over here. But it's like,
the fuck has that to do with anything?
Oh, it's so stupid. Yeah, this was basically a time to celebrate imperialism and racism while watching sports in the meantime. Yay. There's a lot of crazy stuff that they did at the Louisiana Purchase celebration. But one thing they did is they took actual like soldiers, and people who had like family members who died basically like in any war. They brought them in and reenacted war.
What?
I was like, okay. So they're really trying to show like the white men are powerful, which is crazy.
Okay.
So America's like, oh my God, we have these 2 big events. Like they're telling the rest of the world, they're like, guys, listen up. Like you gotta come. And the rest of the world is like, ew, we're not going there for the Olympics, period. They're like, we're not going to St. Louis. Come on.
That sounds very hot and sweaty.
Yeah. So nobody really cared about the 1904 Olympics. Even the president of the Olympic Committee didn't even show up.
Oh my God.
He's like, there's going to be too many people.
I just want to know, how did they win that bid?
I know. I genuinely don't know.
Like, Missouri doesn't have that much money.
Yeah. Because they were going to have the Louisiana Purchase celebration there anyway.
I just, like, how do they have that money?
I don't think they did.
Okay.
Because they were able to steal it from Chicago. I don't know. I don't know. But only 14 countries sent athletes to America.
Oh my God, only 14?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
We're going to talk about the craziest part of the Olympics this year,
Yes.
which was the running, the marathon. Okay. This shit gets crazy. So, for one thing, this is pretty cool. The first 2 black marathon runners signed up to compete, and they didn't even have shoes. We're going to talk about it later, but they were basically performers for the Louisiana Purchase celebration. And they heard that they needed more runners because no one was coming. And they're like, we'll do it. So they literally, like, they were brave enough to basically risk their lives. Like, at this point, they were not able to do that.
Yeah.
To just be in the Olympics. They didn't have shoes. They ran barefoot. And one was chased by a feral dog.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it, but the terrain that they're running on is pure gravel and rocks.
Ow.
Yeah. So. But most of the streets that they ran on, they still exist with the same names. At this point, it was 24.85 miles. Now it's around 26 miles. So a little bit different there. But this kind of puts it into perspective how bad these athletes were. But it's really not the athletes' fault. It's like the situation that they were set up in, which we'll talk about. But so this was just statistics until 2012. I didn't look after that. But there had been from 1896 to 2012, there had been 1,421 Olympic marathon runners who finished with a recorded time. The 1904 winner was 1,398th place of 1,421. So he was slower than 98% of every other runner. And he was the winner.
Wow.
So, like, if you're imagining it on a chart, like, the runners were on the way bottom of the scale. But like I said, it's not completely their fault. Like, they did not set them up for any type of, it's really bad. So, in 1904, the runners were entered into the marathon. There were 41 originally. 9 didn't show up. Maybe they couldn't afford it. Maybe they just couldn't get there.
Yeah. You
know, it wasn't as easy to travel back then. So, yeah, 9 didn't show up, but only 14 finished, which was a success rate of 34%.
Oh, my God.
So that's how many people, like, left or dropped out. They couldn't make it the whole way. The marathon was a half hour longer than all the others. Okay. And if you remember, it's shorter than the ones that they run now, but it was still a half hour longer. So what's causing them to be so slow? Well, let's talk about it. John Lorden had won the Boston Marathon in 1903, and he was one of the people competing. People called him one of the best distance runners in the world. And he started vomiting profusely and quit after just 2 blocks.
Oh, my God.
The heat was rough.
Well, yeah, it's freaking Missouri in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
It's humid as hell.
Yeah. So the ideal marathon temperature that they actually, it's a guideline now.
Yeah.
They won't let you run if it's anything above 50 degrees Fahrenheit at the beginning of the race. Okay. So the goal is like 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it has to be like hella early in the morning for them to start running.
They say if it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer at the beginning. Okay, so 70 degrees or warmer at the beginning. Then they have to postpone it.
Yeah.
The temperature in St. Louis the day of the marathon started at 90 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade. So in the sun, it was recording to be about 105 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh my God.
And that's not the worst part because it's also humid.
It has to be like 110% humidity too.
Yeah. So just like terrible.
Oh my God.
But it gets worse. They did not keep the runners hydrated. There was only one well 12 miles into the race. And we'll talk about why later. Pisses me off. But so because of this, many were drinking the water from the well and they would get like intestinal disorders from the water later on. Yeah. So that's 12 miles in. You have to run 12 miles in the heat and humidity to get to the well. You get this gross ass water, and then you have to run 13 more miles without water.
Ew.
That's, terrible.
Oh my God.
So let's talk about some of the runners. Well, one was found 19 miles in on the side of the road coughing up blood.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so he would have died, but luckily someone saw him and like made sure that they like saved him. But it wasn't because of dehydration. It was actually because he swallowed so much dust from the ground. So the gravel, like I said, like the terrain was terrible, but then also they were just allowing like their cars to drive by. So anytime a car would drive by, the dust is getting in their lungs while they're trying to run. Yeah, it's like it gets worse. it got so bad for him that the membrane of his stomach was cut up from how much like dust he inhaled. Isn't that terrible?
Oh my God.
So the roads were really hard to run on, and you know, like I said, people were driving by. There's also rocks everywhere, so they never know. And they didn't have great shoes back then.
No.
You know, so they didn't care about this little path that they made. They're like, well, good luck running on it. Yeah, so they're just not set up for success at all.
No.
And like I said, 2 people ran barefoot through that. So, okay, now let's talk about the man of the hour, Felix. He's the best. You're going to love this guy. Felix Carvajal. And I'm going to show you a picture of him. It's iconic. Okay, so he was a mailman from Cuba, right?
Whoa.
And he'd never run a marathon before or competitively. He was never given approval to join the Olympics, even though he was like, I can do it. Like, just believe me, I got this.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
What? Just because he was a mailman?
Basically, yeah. They're like, you don't have the training. Okay.
What?
He ran, like, just to put it in perspective, he ran the entire 700 miles of Cuba, and he raised money doing, like, running expeditions to basically afford taking a boat to get to America so that he could compete in the Olympics. Oh. Yeah. So he made it to New Orleans, and he lost all his money gambling.
Oh my God.
So he was stuck there.
Oh, no.
He had to get to St. Louis somehow, right?
Oh no.
So he's still 700 miles away from the Olympics.
Oh my God.
He hitchhiked, he took trains, any cars that would help him along the way. He even ran some of the way.
Oh my God.
Now he arrived in time for the race. But this is the funny part. He's the only one not dressed like everyone else. So everyone else is wearing these like sleeveless shirts and like, you know, their shorts, really nice running shoes.
Yeah.
Some good socks. This man is wearing a beret, first of all. He's got this big old mustache. I'll show you a picture. He's wearing a long sleeve blouse.
What?
Street shoes. Very long socks. A belt. Long johns.
What?
And heavy shorts, which were pants until one of the racers was like, you need to cut those. You're not running in pants. Like, do you feel the heat right now? So they cut his pants right before the race. So he's wearing shorts now.
How does he not
I gotta show you.
How does he not die of heat stroke?
Well, he did it.
What?
This man was just like, he didn't complain. He was just like, I want to run. He's like Forrest Gump. Carvajal. I have to show you.
Oh my God.
Kept the beret on the whole time.
Just like,
He looks so serious.
a mustache.
But then I saw this. Oh, here it is. The picture with all the other athletes. And you just see him.
What is that hat? What is on his head?
Isn't that crazy?
I really can't tell what's on his head. Is that a hat?
The beret.
Oh, I guess there's someone's hat behind him.
Oh, so it looks like it's on his head.
Yeah. Why does he look so off-put?
Isn't that great?
God, those mustaches.
And they're kind of like, well, you made it this far. I guess you can join.
Well, they're probably desperate for men.
Oh, yeah. And especially like anyone who's not from America to look like they have other countries there.
Yeah, they're like this Cuba guy.
Yeah. They're like, all right, Felix, go ahead. It gets crazier. So halfway through the race, he's like, I'm kind of hungry. He takes an apple from a tree, which ends up being rotten.
Oh, God.
So it makes him sick. He like passes out and falls asleep. He takes a nap. He finished 4th place.
Seriously?
He took a nap.
Imagine if he didn't take that nap. He probably would have won.
The person who won the Boston Marathon the year before got 2 blocks before he gave up and got sick. This man not only ran from New Orleans to St. Louis in his long johns and his baggy pants and his beret. And then he eats a rotten apple, takes a nap, and wins 4th place.
Dude, he would have won that race if he didn't take that nap. He would have won it.
I know. I'm like, what a legend. Why is he not like on one of our coins? You know what I mean? We need him on the quarter. Like, come on.
I mean, if anything, he should be like Cuba's like national
Star.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did after this. I don't know. Maybe he went back to being a mailman, but what an icon.
I want to know, how the hell did he get home if he has no money?
I really hope someone helped him with that.
Because he didn't get on the podium. He didn't get a medal. Like, how did you get home?
He went all that way for nothing. All these people, like, I feel bad for, like, they put in so much work and to just get nothing. Okay. Let's talk about Fred Lors. He was the one who would win next year's Boston Marathon, but he had really bad cramps from having no water, so he gave up and got a ride. Okay. We're going to talk about 2 guys at the same time because this is all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. So Fred's like, oh, I can't do this cramp. And they're like, all right, buddy, we'll drive you the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Thomas Hicks, and he was in the lead for like the majority of the entire race.
Yeah.
And there was a buggy of like the coaches going behind him since he was in first place. Mm-hmm. And the whole time that they're riding behind him, he's begging for water. And they're like, no, you don't get water. Yeah. Okay.
What?
They were like, you want some water? Come here. They took a sponge and like squeezed it and put it on him to give him like a little drop of water. They put like a tiny drop in his mouth. That was all he got till he got to the well.
That's so messed up.
And the worst part, the coach who was like in charge to make that decision wrote a book like defending himself and stuff. Like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Saying their side of the story. I'm like, okay. Ugh. There's so much like abuse and whatnot in this story.
So
it's
much
terrible.
abuse.
And then they were like, you need energy? You're having a hard time, buddy? He's like, yeah, I can't. Like, the heat is terrible. They're like, well, here's some egg whites. And then they gave him drugs. Okay? These drugs are used for rat poison.
Oh my God.
Basically, the driver admitted to giving him this drug.
Yeah.
Called strychnine, I believe is what it's called. And a doctor was kind of studying this, and they're like, okay, no, nobody would ever prescribe that. Mm-hmm. It's not good for you. Too much will kill you. It basically slows your system down, and so your body's able to kind of relax, where you're not really feeling your body much. And so people would use it for things like this, because they're like, you're not really fully aware of your body, but you get like that high.
It's like an unnatural runner's high.
Exactly. So a little bit might help. A little bit might help. But too much would just cause issues and basically make your body go into shock. And it can cause really bad muscle contractions to where your whole body like bends. And over time, the body stops working and you die. So it's like a really, really painful way to die. Again, it's like rat poison. Mm-hmm. Okay, so at first they gave him just a little dose. Okay, so let's go back to the guy who is in the car, Fred. Okay, the car broke down 10 miles in. Oh my God. And it's like so hot, and he's like, well, you know what, I'm just gonna finish. Like at this point, like I'm already here. We're gonna have to wait forever for someone to help us. Because you can't just call like someone up, right? We need help. The car's stuck. So he's like, I'm just going to keep doing the race. Okay. Yeah. So he drove 10 miles and now he's like, I'll keep going.
Oh, hell no. It's like, you better run that 10 miles back and go.
Yeah. Okay. So going back to Thomas, who's dying of rat poison. Well, not really dying, but you know, he's at the 20-mile mark. He's not doing well. His skin is pale. They said he's kind of like ashy. Okay.
Oh my God.
He's given more strychnine and more eggs.
Oh no.
They then give him brandy.
Oh no. You can't mix drugs with alcohol.
Yeah. They called it a stimulant. It's definitely not a stimulant.
Oh my God.
And they still won't let him drink water.
Oh,
So this coach is a piece of shit,
Literally.
obviously. This is abuse. This is, like, terrible that this was a thing that happened.
Somebody go spit on his grave.
And it also goes to show, like, how much this guy wanted to win. You know, it's probably the money aspect. It's like, I have to win this.
It's not worth it.
He's in the lead. He's like, I'm not going to drop out when I'm in the lead. I've been in the lead the whole time. So he's like, I'm not giving up. Okay. He's begging to lay down by the end. They're almost done. He's like, I need to lay down for a second. And the coach is like, keep going. You got this. Come on. You're almost there. Towards the end of the race, Fred comes galloping past him.
Oh my God.
And when Hicks sees that, he's like ready to give up. He's like, are you kidding? Like, someone's passing me. Now what's the point? But then he learns that Fred is like disqualified.
Yeah.
Like the coaches are like, no, he got a ride, or they didn't know about the ride, but they're like, there's no way he could have caught up. Like, there has to be something that he used to help. Because he didn't even seem like he was like tired.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, there's got to be something wrong. Don't give up. Like, you can still win this. So 1 mile left. Hicks is still in the lead. So that's the
car guy.
Yeah, the car guy.
Yeah.
And he could barely move his... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Hicks is the poison guy.
Poison guy.
Fred Lors is the car guy.
Okay.
Hicks ends up passing him again. He's still in the lead. Okay. Now, he could barely move his legs. Oh my God. So he like doesn't even feel his legs. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's hallucinating. Even though he only has a mile left, he's hallucinating that he just started the race. So his brain is playing these tricks on him like, hey, you're like nowhere near the end. You're going to pass out. You're going to die.
Oh my
And the coach is like, no, you're almost there. Keep going. They gave him more brandy.
Oh my God.
They told him to drink the entire thing. And then when he ran out, like a person who was like watching the race gave him another bottle. So he's drinking it and now he's hallucinating more. Oh my God. And they still won't give him water.
Oh my God. Why would they give him brandy instead of water?
They're like, this will help you. This will give you that high. It's abuse. Like, they were really just like test subjects, unfortunately, which we'll talk about. But
yeah.
By the end of the race, I think there's a picture of this that I saw. 2 of the coaches are basically carrying him to the finish line because he at this point is so gone that he cannot even run. So it's like, does it count? But like, you guys did this to him.
Yeah.
And he made it this far. He's less than a mile away. So they're basically like trying to carry him there. And he finally gets to the end. But by the time they get there, Fred, the car guy, has already been presented the trophy. Okay. So he did all that just to see someone else won.
Yeah.
Now, the announcers and broadcasters basically waited for the runners to come back. And so if you think about it, like nowadays, it's like, oh, it's on TV. So they're talking and like able to see what's going on. But back then they're just like, all right, we're going to start the race. And then they just kind of have to wait for someone to come back. You know what I mean? It's just like riveting. There's no cameras.
So long.
Yeah. There's like photographers, but obviously there's no like TV to put it on. So yeah, the broadcasters are so excited when they finally see somebody winning.
Yeah.
And plus it's taken forever. Plus I'm sure like low key they're like, oh my God, are they gonna survive?
Right.
And like the audience is cheering. So when they see Fred, they're like, oh my God, he won. Woohoo. Yeah. And it took Fred 3 hours and 28 minutes. Okay. To only go that amount of miles. So like I said, very, very much slower than most racers, but you saw the circumstances. So Fred was kind of like, all right, I'll let everyone think that I won for a second. Like, he wasn't like saying like, no, guys, I took a car here. He's just kind of like embracing it. He's like, I'm a winner. What can I say? But then when Hicks got there, him and the coaches kind of knew about the car situation by then.
Yeah.
And so Hicks was like, his team was like protesting, like, do you not see the condition this guy is in? He was fighting for his life to get to this finish line. And then this guy was able to win even though he was driven 10 miles down. And they're like, oh, he was? Like, oh. So he was disqualified.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that kind of happened.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he got disqualified and the trophy was given to Hicks. So that's good at least. But he was too weak to even know what was going on and to hold the trophy.
Yeah, I bet.
So they were like, he needs to go to the hospital ASAP. Yeah, he does. Y'all freaking almost killed him. I don't know how he survived, to be honest.
I can't believe the coaches didn't get arrested. But
I
then
know.
again,
He lost 8 pounds during the race.
oh my God, that is not natural.
Yeah. Like his body was like literally shutting down.
Oh my God.
So this part makes me so mad, obviously, but the reason they only had one water source was to test how far dehydration could be taken. It was an experiment.
You can't do that during this.
Yeah, you choose the Olympics?
Oh my God. That is American science for you.
Yeah, so like the lead scientist, his name was James E. Sullivan, which is almost from Monsters Inc., James P. Sullivan, but anyway.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck him. Like, he was like, well, the reason is because we think water might be dangerous during long races. Because it gives you, like, makes your stomach hurt.
You don't fucking do that during like a huge national race.
Right. In the heat.
That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then at least provide a clean water source.
Ugh. Scientists of that era.
Yeah, it was terrible. So, like, the reason why the coach wasn't giving him water is because of this experiment that he was told to carry out. And that's what he talks about in his book. He's like, well, this is what we were told to do. We wanted to see how much these men wanted it.
If you were a good coach, you'd be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, I am doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure my athlete is in the best condition possible.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be your little experiment. Like, no. He probably got paid on the side.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I didn't read his book because I would not want to support that, but... Okay, so the reason why there's so few international athletes, one, the travel is pretty expensive at the time.
Yeah, especially to the U.S.
Yeah, and it's slow and difficult. Also, many Europeans just simply couldn't afford to go. Mm-hmm. So about 85 to 90% of the athletes were American, and some events only had American competitors.
Of course.
Though the crazy thing and the sad thing, but also not shocking thing about this is that they took credit for some of the athletes who were not from America. Mm-hmm. But if they lived there, then they were now on the American team.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which is messed up, but that's America for you. Yeah. They only care about their own people. So, any chance that they could get to have as many athletes as they could,
yeah,
they're going to pretend you're from America. So who knows what that statistic is based off of people who are actually not. But only 62 of the 651 athletes came from outside North America, and only 62 people.
That's crazy.
And only 12 nations showed up. Another reason there were problems is because of the issues that were created by the Russian-Japanese War. Okay, so like I said, I don't really want to talk about the World's Fair because it's just fucked up, but they had anthropology days, and people were more interested in that than the Olympics. It was basically where they had indigenous men from around the world compete in various events, like tug-of-war, sprinting, and rock throwing, to see how they compared to the white men. And so everyone's cheering on the white men.
Oh my God.
So, let that sink in. Like, that's messed up. They're using them as entertainment after they freaking stole their land, and they're celebrating about it. The 2 black men who I said earlier that joined the race were there to perform as savages in the anthropology days. So, like I said, it took a lot of bravery for them to leave that event and then to do the Olympics. But also crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what I'm going to talk about with that. But basically, it was just a really messed up event focused on racism. And, yeah, happening at the same time as the Olympics. And more people cared about that. So, these were some of the events that appeared in 1904 and never again. Tug of war.
I don't even know why that was on there.
That's crazy. Standing long jump, standing high jump, and is it croquet?
Croquet was.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Croquet.
That's hilarious. I can't believe that was part of the Olympics.
I know.
At one point.
There were 95 events across 16 sports. Diving, swimming, water polo, archery, athletics, boxing, cycling, fencing, football, golf, gymnastics, lacrosse, roke, I think. Rowing, tennis, tug of war, weightlifting, and wrestling. There were a lot of wrestling events.
Oh, wrestling was huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much has expanded, though.
Oh, for sure. At this point, the new events were boxing, dumbbells, catch wrestling, and decathlon. And then the swimming events were held in a nearby pond. That's kind of funny. Just a little pond.
Wow.
So just some other facts about some people. George Iser, he was an American gymnast. He won 6 medals, and he had a wooden leg. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Frank Kugler won 4 medals in wrestling, weightlifting, and tug of war. So he's the only competitor to win a medal in 3 different sports at the Olympic Games.
Huh.
The top non-U.S. athlete was Emil Ransum of Germany, who won 3 swimming events. And then there were 5 different venues that were used for all the events. So I didn't talk about them, but the biggest thing is the marathon started on like the university track and then just kind of followed a path around it. Gold, silver, and bronze medals were awarded for the first time. And before this, winners just got the trophies and cups. Many events didn't even have clear rules. So they were kind of just like, I guess you won. I don't know. They were not ready. And I don't think they took it very seriously. So, but the medal count, U.S. won 239 medals. Germany won 13 and Cuba won 9.
Yay, Cuba.
And that's it. Just those 3. So luckily the Olympics has improved. There's now at least 15 water stations during the now 26-mile race. So after the Hicks situation, it led to a lot of changes for the Olympics. They're like, this is not okay. We almost killed somebody. The biggest thing was the anti-doping rule in 1908 that started. And it was stated that no competitor either at the start or during may take or receive any drug or they will be disqualified. So that basically led to that rule. And then, of course, just making sure that their athletes were getting water, which you would think, like, is that really something that you had to learn the hard way?
Right.
Like, it's just crazy. So they learned a lot, but it was still just like a lot of messed up situations.
Yeah. The Olympics is just, it's crazy how much it's constantly changing of just because each country gets to choose pretty much like what, when they put in the bid, because they're always bidding for like if they want to have like if they want to host and whatnot, they put like a bunch of money towards it or whatever.
Okay.
Like the next summer one is going to be in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And then because the next one coming up is in February in Italy.
Oh.
Did you not know that?
I don't follow the Olympics, as you can tell. Like, I just don't know. I feel like they're like, I know it's technically every 2 years, but I feel like it's every year. Like, I'm always like, the Olympics are always on. That's how I feel about it.
But I think I've always been like more interested in the Olympics after, because I spent a summer internship working at the Olympic Committee in college. So that was really cool because I was working with the inventory. So I got to see some really cool artifacts from the Olympics throughout the years, like a lot of the U.S. collections, because they had most of like the collections that I was working with were from donations of athletes from the generations. And so I got to see all of the torches
Okay.
that they
That's
had
cool.
from the games. Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
really cool. And then I got to see all of the medals from the games.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And I even got to see, because we have in Colorado Springs the Olympic and Paralympic Museum,
Right.
which is really cool. It's very,
It is cool.
yeah.
Because we're like the Olympic city, right?
Yeah. For the US. And I got to see before it was built. Like as they were building it, we got to take a tour around it. So that was really cool. And it was kind of like just doing like the inventory and like kind of diving deeper into the history of it, and like seeing just, you kind of get to know a little bit more about the history and just the people
Yeah.
of it. Because I ran into a lot because I was doing like photographs, and I ran into an equestrian who was in it for years. He was a part of the equestrian United States team
Dang.
for decades. And it's crazy how that is.
Yeah.
That like some athletes only are in the games for maybe 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Because it is every 4 years for them.
That's true. Yeah.
But some are in it for decades, depending on
Wow.
the sport.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. So the Olympics are very interesting of just for the athletes. And I mean, a lot of them, like for a lot of athletes, they make it their livelihoods.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of those sports, it's like you either make it or you don't.
Right.
And to make money off of it, it's all about endorsements. Because the sports that really make it are like football, baseball, and basketball. Those are like the ones that you really see.
I like watching gymnastics.
Gymnastics is really cool. But of course, it's like you don't see that as like an everyday thing that you're watching. So it's like with the Olympics.
But I feel like most of the well-known Olympic stars are gymnasts. Like,
oh yeah,
most of the ones I know, or swimmers, I guess. But like, I feel like that's who usually people know of more for some reason.
Yeah, and it's all through like endorsements that they have to get. But yeah, I mean, the work that they have to put in is crazy.
Yeah, no, I have mad respect for it. I just like don't really watch it, like unless it's on. I'm somewhere, it's on in the background. But yeah, I don't follow it that much. Maybe I will this year. But yeah.
Oh, the winter ones are always entertaining.
Yeah,
I like the soccer, the hockey, the boy aquarium.
Ooh. Yeah, but so it just goes to show, like, some people will put in all the effort, risk their lives to basically just have their name in a history book, you know?
Yeah.
And it's sad. America, what were you doing?
And that, honestly, it's sad that all of that had to happen for those rules to be put in place.
Yeah.
But it had to be, or it wouldn't have. And it would have just kept happening.
Yeah.
So, where can you find us?
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at The Past Made Me Do It. And you can email us at thepastmademedoit@gmail.com. If you have any ideas for topics, let us know. And thank you for listening.
We'll catch you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.